everybody, it's Johnny Vaughn Hollywood here from Shock Wrestling, Shockwave Studios, and of course, right here on the Johnny Vaughn Hollywood channel. I have been asked many a times, JVH, I didn't know you worked for the Mets, and some people wanted to know my story of how I got there and what I do there for the minor league team of the St. Lucie Mets. But in order to tell that story, we need to actually go back quite a few years by rolling the clocks back. When I was growing up, I had gone to many baseball games there. Of course, playing baseball locally as well. We would have team days there where we would be allowed to go on the field and, of course, interact with the players. As I got older, I ended up getting tickets to events sometimes, whether that be free tickets or whether that be for other things that we got free tickets for, because minor league baseball tickets are pretty cheap. When I got older, I was starting to work for a catering company that would end up serving the Mets. So when I was a young teenager, I actually ended up serving food to both the Major League Mets during spring training and the minor league Mets during the minor league season. A few years later, Maddie was diagnosed with cancer, and we planned out a first ever Maddie's Fight Night at the Mets. A very special event. Tim Tebow was on the team then. And to do this event, we were able to design our jerseys, and that's when I made the first ever Maddie's Fight Night jersey for the team to wear. Then, that's what started my relationship with the organization of me consistently making Maddie's Fight Night jerseys for the next few years for Maddie's Fight events. A few years later, post-pandemic, I was on the search for a new job and I needed something, and locally I was like, oh, this is quite interesting. There is a job opening for a sound engineer at the stadium, and I figured, why not go in? I went in, met with the main man, the lead broadcast, Adam, and I said to him when I handed him my resume, I know what I'm doing, but I know that you have camera guys here. If you need any camera work, I would love to do camera work. So as the story goes, I had no idea this would come out, but broadcasting had just started across all of the minor league teams in Florida, and I had gotten lucky and joined during the second year of them being broadcasted on Bally Live. Basically, since then, I have worked there for a few years now, and I have become a very important part of the broadcast team. Of course, you have producer Philip, most of my Blockbuster boys with producer Philip, and of course, you have Caps, Isaac, and Gunner, Jake motherfrickin' Ricker, and Adam McDonald. We all try to put on the best show possible, even though we have to deal with some issues with the company of Virch. We run the broadcast, and it's very fun to do. I do wish we had a little bit more power in running the broadcast at the stadium, but, you know, you can only do so much under minor league restrictions. So that's what started my relationship with the Mets, was doing the Maddie's Fight Night stuff, and then eventually just starting to work there as somebody who went from doing sound, or was supposed to do sound, to then immediately working on the broadcast team, becoming now the main camera operator of the crew. I also am pretty flexible in the sense that I could technically direct the show. I could also go over to the sound room and run the sound and music for the stadium, which I've only done a few times during a season, but I have done many a times for other events at the minor league stadium. So, I hope that answers the question of how the hell did I end up there. I just kind of stumbled in, begged Adam to work on a camera job, and I got one. And now I do camera work there during both spring training and the minor league season. I enjoy it. This year has been a little rough so far with a lot of technical issues and problems. But we are almost halfway through this. I believe we are halfway through the season. I lied. I believe we are halfway through the season now of the minor league season for the Mets. I have a few more Mets videos that I will be posting, but I hope I answered anybody who was wondering how JVH end up at the Mets. And of course, be on the lookout over on the Shock Wrestling channel, because soon, the same weekend that we have Maddie's Fight Night this year at the Mets, that same weekend we will be having Maddie's Fight Night over on the Shock Wrestling YouTube channel, our charity stream. So I hope you all stick around. Of course, there will be some more Maddie's Fight Foundation action that I can bring to the channel, I'm sure, at some point. Be sure to check out maddysfight.org for more information on how you could help raise funding to try to put an end to childhood cancer. Thank you all for watching today's video of Johnny Vaughn Hollywood Jr. I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody!